Happy Thursday. Today we are going to talk about sweeping porches. So what are we talking about? I felt like I needed to do this because I think that's what the world is into right now. Sweeping other people's porches. So when you sweep other people's porches, that's basically meaning that you're in other people's business. And a good indication of that is you are naturally worried about what somebody else is doing instead of worrying about what you're supposed to be doing. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been victim to it. I know a lot of people around me have been victim to it. I mean, obviously, we have social media that puts us in that position to be sweeping everybody's porches, commenting on people's different stuff and answering to people and yada, yada, yada. But you have to stay focused on you. On you. You matter, not everybody else. Here's the thing. A lot of times, what happens when you start sweeping other people's porches, you get involved in their affairs, then you're trying to fix their problems, and then you wind up putting so much energy into somebody else's situation, you wind up stressed out. And then at the end of the day, it's almost like, I want to say you're almost like a bully. Because, like, let me give you an instant. America. And I mean, I don't know all the details because I don't do the whole politics thing, but I mean, let's just use America as an example. Why do you think America is always in other countries fighting other battles? Why do you think America is always in other people's business? I mean, really, there's no reason, but I feel it's a business transaction. What I believe happens is that America feels like, oh, I scratch your back, you'll scratch ours. And they get involved in stuff. One thing leads to another, then one thing leads to another, and before you know it, America is a full blown bully, and they're bullying other countries, trying to defend another country, trying to fix its affairs, and they wind up, you know, becoming public enemy number one on other people's lists. So I feel like that applies to everybody. Next thing you know, you're commenting in somebody's comments when it wasn't even anything to do with you. Somebody comes out and says, hey, blah, 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 mind your business. Then you feel like you have to respond, okay, no, I was just saying blah, 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 blah. And then this person starts going back and forth with you. Next thing you know, boom, you have a full-blown confrontation between you and somebody. And this is usually online. I mean, God forbid you do it in person, then it's something else. Then it leads to stuff, you see on the news. So, what we need to learn how to do is sweep our own porches and stay off of other people's property sweeping their porches. Now, how do you do that? You take on your own affairs. You focus on you. When you focus fully on you, it becomes harder and harder for you to care about what everybody else is doing. My mom. Shout out to my mom, man. I love her. But I've told her this before. My mom, because here's the thing about my mom. my mom used to watch the news. She used to get all caught up in the whole stuff that's going on in the world, and then she'd be like, huh, this and this and this and this, and before you know it, she's all like, talking about how bad the world is and how everything is falling apart and da 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 da. And it's like, Mom, the world's problem are not your problem. Now, let me just say, let's clear that. Here's why the world's problems could be your problem, but here's how the world's problem is not your problem. So, if you take stock as a person like myself who are doing these videos for people to help inspire, motivate, get somebody a perspective, that's you kind of like aiding to a world's problem. You're helping somebody with advice or inspiration and stuff like that. But other than that, anything else outside of that, I don't necessarily care about what you're doing, what he's doing, what she's doing, because at the end of the day, I have to focus on me. I have my own family and circle to be taken care of and worrying about. So I think I might have told it. Well, I didn't tell Mom this, but I told myself this when she told me a lot of stuff. She was like, oh, this, and this, stuff going on in the world and stuff. And I'd be like, Mom, if there's things that bother you, or if there's things that you feel could be better, or if you got like an opinion on something and you want to voice it, I almost wanted to tell her, like, start a podcast, write a book. My mom is smart, very smart, very in tune to a lot of things. I would say, shoot, if you got all these ideas and how people should move and how people should do, write a book, do what I'm doing, start a podcast or a YouTube channel. I wanted to tell her this, but I didn't tell her. But this was in my mind, and it's like, you have to be focused on the right things. So here's what I'm doing. This is my focus. This is how I make the world a better place. And I'm writing books. And I'm, doing other things that I would say will somehow come back around to help the world. But other than that, if you're over here talking about XYZ, doing this and that, why do I care? Why do I get in people's affairs and business? Now, it's easy to get caught up in that, especially when you're at work, because a lot of times you're at work and you'll see people doing crazy stuff, and then you might talk to your coworkers and be like, I don't know why this person is doing this and doing that, and why they do that and this, and then you get caught up in their stuff. You just got to learn, like, not my business. So stay off other people's porch. Sweep your own porch. That's it. I might put out another video today because I did fall short yesterday and I didn't do a video, but the day before that I already posted 3 videos, so I feel like I made up for it in some aspect. But I'm gonna do another video today, so look for it. Since this one is called, porch sweeping, I'm gonna probably just tell you the next one is gonna be, it's not that bad, and you'll find out what that means later. Out.